would go see guitar players that played, like Albert King and Otis Rush, and I could never tell what they were doing because I had trained my eye growing up to see right-handed players. I think I just gravitated towards the left-handed upside-down players because a lot of that sort of flowed naturally for me because of what they would do, you know, especially bend-wise. You know, the bending that they did, just that was like naturally. You pick up the guitar left-handed upside down and you start bending like Albert King. I bought this for my last album, Welcome. I actually didn't have an original Strat, and I went to Norm's Guitars in Los Angeles. This friend of mine who was also a guitar dealer named Albert was there, and he told me about this guitar. He's like, you gotta get this guitar. Yeah, 64 Strat. And the date on it, when I took off the plate, was April 21st, which is my daughter's birthday, so that was pretty cool. I had sort of been playing pedal boards and making them work for a long time, and then I hooked up with this guy, Dave Phillips, that's at LA Sound Design. He put together this board, took some of my existing pedals, and then hipped me to some newer ones that I might like. I was actually trying to go with a smaller board, and it is actually bigger. But it's mostly because of this beast, which is the Vibro, that's made by Austin pedal maker. It's the closest thing I've ever come to a Univibe. Me to this thing called a Jan Ray, and it's an overdrive pedal. And you can actually control how loud you want everything, and you can also use it with all of these fuzz bass-like things. You know, this is Third Stone, which is the Jimmy Fuzz, the Zonk machine, which was sort of my secret weapon on my new album. Okay. All of these get really super aggressive and much louder. And this, you can actually keep the tone of these fuzzes without, and keep them sort of at the same volume as your clean tone. If I use them alone, they're a bit brighter sounding, like sort of keeps it in check, and it actually gives you a bit more sustain, and also helps to not just take off too much. This is just straight. And then with. Then you can actually, you know, if the speakers can handle it, I can use the Third Stone and the Cobb, which is the Prescription Electronics pedal. Just the Cobb and the Jan Ray. I can use, you know, the classic sort of, you know, Woodstock Jimmy thing. You can actually use with all three of those pedals. Cobb is Prescription Electronics, the Experience pedal. That thing has always been crazy to me. It actually sort of sounds like the amp's blowing up, and it has an octave in there, so it's a fuzz and octave, and it has that swell switch on it. This is just the fuzz. by itself. Add the octave. And add the swell. I've been using this Blankenship amp, and it's basically a 50-watt super bass, which obviously was not made, but he made that one for me, and just a Fender 212 cab. But the super was what I used for about 4 or 5 years, but I wanted to get into some different kind of stuff, so I started using the Blankenship.